Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is MTG Moxman here, coming to my break at work as I multitask through my day. I usually don't do videos from this point of view, but I ran out of time. It was my brother-in-law's birthday. I didn't get a chance to see you guys. I really apologize for that. It was not my intention as it was. So we've been talking on the vein of financial health. So I just want to go a little bit in depth here and just let people know how things kind of work out for you when you're paying attention to your financial health. And that means lots of aspects of it, not just one thing and thinking you've cured yourself. It is a multitude of tasks. You can negotiate with phone companies. You can negotiate with your cable company, internet. You just got to be prepared to walk away from them if they do not give you the best deal that you need to stay with them. We have stuff like Rogers here in Canada, and I've negotiated with them basically every year. Because they don't give me a good enough deal, I'm just going to go to a sub-provider that will give me a better deal. I don't like the change. I don't like the hassle of doing it all. But you always must be prepared to walk away if they do not give you the deal you feel you're entitled to. And you have to know what your deal is. You got to look at the comparables out there. Take a look at what's on around you. Same with cell phones. It's the same thing. They're all negotiable to a point, especially if you've bundled things together. And most of the providers do want to keep you with them at every opportunity, but sometimes they don't. So what you can do there is you're going to have to make it a deal, work it with them, and see what they can do for you. And if they don't, if you're prepared to walk away, walk away. Find a new provider. Just make the switch after you know what you're going to do. Now, the second part was, say you want to get into stocks and bonds and you want to buy some. Everywhere's different. Here in Canada, you have to go and get like an account through a bank so you can purchase and buy your own stocks. We also have something called the TFSA, which is a tax-free savings account, and you can invest through that, which means the money you make in there is interest-free, which means you'll never pay tax on it again, but there is a limit to how much you can put in. So let's just look at it as a typical stock. We're going to look at like a BNS stock, which is like a Bank of Nova Scotia, CIBC, which is Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. These are all banks in Canada. Now, Canadian banks, unlike other banks, they are protected here in Canada. They we have 5 banks, not hundreds of banks like the US. So the stocks are kind of like a safe blue chip stock, and they do pay a dividend. And what I want to focus on is not the actual bank stock price, but the dividend itself. Let's say you put $2,000 a year, which is $100 and something bucks a month. We'll say $2,400, so it's just $200 a month. You take that $2,400. Forget what the actual stock price is. Work out what the dividend will pay you. Stocks go up and down all the time, but the dividend price itself will stay the same generally within a certain margin of error. So I just pick a nominal thing. So right now, we're going to say the stock is going to pay me 4.9% a year quarterly. So if we times this by 0.0498 on the old calculator, it's going to pay us $119 per year. I realize that doesn't sound like a huge, massive amount of money, but that's just our first year. Now, if you divide that by 4, which is the quarterly payments, it's $29.88. And if it's in a tax-free type of area, you're not going to pay the interest on it. So you actually are getting $29.88 4 times a year for free. Now what you do, though, is you take it and you buy more stock. So let's go back to the $119. The stock we're buying is $60. So that buys us 2 free shares. So at the end of the year, instead of $2,400, pardon me, can't speak, we'd actually have $2,520. So we just add it on, $2,520. Then we go to our second year. We're going to add on another $2,500, $2,400, sorry. So now we're at $2,920. We add the other amount. So at the total at the end of 2 years is going to be $4,920. Times that by 0.0498, which is 4.98%. Now we're getting $245 in our second year. Well, think about that. Divided by 4, we're now $61. We're kind of doubling that amount. So if our share was $60 still, we are now buying 4 free shares a year. And then it's going to be 7 free shares, then 9 free shares. And each of those shares is paying you a dividend of 4.9%, 4.98. So think about that. You can see how this will start cascading over the years. Now let's split this up. Say it's been 10 years. Say you're 20 years old, you're now 30. You've done 10 years of this. You've taken your 2,400. We times it by 10, but then we add in all the free shares, which is going to be roughly another $3,000 by that point. So it's $27,000. We times that by 0.0498%, and we're getting $1,344 that year, broken quarterly. So if you divide by 4, sorry, let's do this again. I messed up. I know, I'm horrible. Sorry, math, I like it, but if you press the wrong thing on the calculator. So you're getting $336 quarterly after 10 years. That $336, though, guys, that is going to add up to a very large chunk of money, because what's going to happen is you can start buying magic cards with that every year, but never touching the principal. Magic cards for free for life if you're a Magic player, or that is going to be part of a vacation every year. That is going to be part of your kid's summer camp every year, or you're going to reinvest that and put it back in again. Think about those possibilities. I will come back later on in my second half of my break, and we will go over the other stuff later on. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I know it's a short video, but I have more parts to do. I just want to get this part down so you understand it. And if you're not quite sure, please leave some questions in the comment section. I will be happy to answer them. Remember, I'm not a financial guy. I'm really not. I'm learning this myself, and it has done quite well for me so far because I get it. Okay? Thanks, Lynn, guys. Have a great one.